Yo, what up, everyone? The update just dropped, as you can see, 3 minutes ago. Although I didn't refresh the page for half an hour, so yeah. Basically, I've reviewed. Well, I didn't read into it too much yet, but I quickly skimmed over the notice. And it looks like there are a lot of good changes that weren't even mentioned in the previous update notice. So we'll go through all of them. I actually have very nice thoughts about some of them, but a little disappointed about others. So we'll look at it real quick. So first of all, starting with like to inform you about the update. Yeah, so you will need to download some additional data. I think it was like 76 megabytes on PC. Now, the hero area has been added where more challenging battles await you. Enter by tapping the hero area on the map or using the portal on the field. After completing the area exploration, you'll be able to, yeah. So you will need to do the quest, and I'll try to see where the quest is. Is it in the monster store? I'm actually not sure. Or is it here? Alright, this is in the Kaslan exploration. It looks like you'll need to talk a lot, and still not sure here. You do need to reach level 60 on your character, which shouldn't be too hard, but we'll review the update in a second. And yeah, one hero area will be added to each continent. Defeat creatures to earn 5-star hero or legend runes, rune crafting materials, gold, and more. I hope we do get a decent chance to get some gold, as currently farming those random creatures on the map only drop like 4 or 5 gold from each creature, which isn't a lot. You can get awards from elite and boss creatures that appear at a random time and location based on the participation and contribution. Okay, so the normal creature will drop gold and great stone per attribute and magical rune piece. And it looks like they will drop runes themselves as well. Elite creature, magical rune piece. Of course, I'm guessing that the drop rates for some of these will be very low, because a normal creature having a 5-star legend rune drop cannot be 100%. I'm guessing you will be getting like 1 in 1,000 or something. Elite creature participation, so magical rune pieces and gravestones per attribute. Tough leather, this looks like some outfit crafting materials. And yeah, lead boss creature, similar to that. It looks like bosses drop a different kind of leather, so probably for a different outfit, which I'll check real soon after reading the hero area patch. Each rune crafting material to craft 5-star legend runes. Yeah, this one I'll show in a second in game as well. Certain 5-star hero legend runes can be crafted 10 times. Yeah, so the damage requirements we already reviewed in the previous update, so I won't go over too much here. And yeah, let's jump into some of the things in the game. So first of all, the rune crafting. It's available in Alchemy level 5. And here are the rune craftings. So unknown runes seem to do not have a limit, and it looks like we're finally getting some decent use for the rune enhancement stones. I wonder if the price jumped up. Well, it looks like they're still at 200, but I'm guessing these might sell out. And these are magical rune pieces. It looks like they will be a regular drop from the units, like the normal units roaming around. A piece of contained power used to craft runes. Yeah, and yeah, it looks like they are a drop from any random creature. Similar to this, purple runes are 2 times cheaper, but I do not recommend going for purple runes and instead going for legend ones. And the legendary runes, it looks like if you want a specific rune, you will need to get these engraved stones, and these drop from elite creatures or bosses. And I'm guessing, no, these are, okay, so purple and legendary runes need specific boss drops, and it looks like you can craft several different, oh, it looks like you can craft all rune types here. And yeah, just the only difference between these rune types will be the engraved stone element that you get. So yeah, as you can see, focus one needs the red and blue one, rage one needs green and the yellow one, and I'm guessing it's very similar for the rest. And back to the update, what else is there? Oh, the outfit. Let's see the outfit that you get. So will I be able to spot some new outfit right off the bat? No, this is not it. I'm seeing if I... Nope. I haven't crafted any of these, so it will be a little hard to spot. I'm just looking at which items are new. No, these are from the guard. Looks like the blue flames. Oh, there's an interesting set here. Increases damage dealt by summoner and monsters in arena and battlefield by 5% and recover its hit by 10%. Ooh, so purely arena focused set, it looks like. However, since this is not a stat boost but rather an effect, it will most likely not have any effect on your team power. So don't expect to increase any power with this one. However, it will be useful in PvP, in most PvP scenarios. Yeah, it looks like this is the only dress room item that you can get so far. So we'll jump back to the event notice. Of course, there is a summoning banner for the new Beetle Knights, and it's already available in game. I will cover this in a different video tomorrow or the day after. So I won't go over too much of it now, but essentially for 2 weeks you are able to summon 200 scrolls, and on the 200th one you will get a guaranteed Beetle Knight of your choosing. And also the new monster story. The time I checked the previous update notice in Korea, the last reward was actually only 10 monster pieces, but it looks like for us we actually got the full unit. So you will be able to summon the Fire Beetle Knight, and I'll jump onto the monster story in a second. The rewards are displayed here, but I'll go in game as it's a little easier to check it visually. So yeah, as you can see, the 5th page appeared. So the Beetle Knight, you'll be getting 20 XP potions, 50,000 gold, some monster pieces, a few guard runes, some magic essence, breath of lives, fire essence. Look like you will be able to awaken him 1 or 2 times, and 3 mystical scrolls and the full unit. No, actually, I won't do that. We already checked all Beetle Knight skills in the previous video, so make sure to check that one if you haven't already. Summoner Pass Season 3. So a new amazing unit is coming to the Summoner Pass, and it's the 5-star Magic Knight Lupinus. He's an amazing unit for most PvE content, and I'll check his skills in a second if you haven't familiarized yourself with it yet. We cannot check the exact rewards for it yet, as the pass only gets released next week, but you can expect somewhat similar rewards to the current daily pass that you had here with Annual. So at the end, you will most likely be able to get a Devilmon and some decent rewards along the way. And what else? Yeah, so the Lupinus release, her skills are here, but I'll check it in game as it's a little bit easier. So let's jump to that. And the Magic Knight, where are you at? I think it's somewhere here. Okay. So skill info, skill 1, swings the sword to attack the enemy 2 times, uses Sword of Emission with a 15% chance at max skills, and Sword of Emission strikes down the sword to attack the enemy target. This attack ignores the target's beneficial effects that increase damage taken. And the multiplier on the first skill is actually insane. Most units have 165 to somewhere in the close of 200 multiplier, which is sort of similar here. She has a 165% multiplier if you account for 2 hits, but adding another 720% multiplier on top of that just makes her damage with the 50% chance, it sort of doubles. But yeah, it 2 times higher basic attack damage compared to the rest of the units in game is actually pretty huge. And her second skill, Magic Surge, shoots magic seals to attack the enemy targets, and each hit has a chance to silence. I don't think people use her for silencing as much, maybe in some PvP scenarios, but she's definitely there for the DPS part of the kit. And Tempest Sword attacks by swinging the wind-covered sword to attack the enemy target 3 times. The last hit deals damage based on the target's current HP to enemies within the area. This attack ignores the target's beneficial effects that decrease damage taken. So she does pretty decent damage. Looks like in total you are looking at close to 900% multiplier. And of course it ignores all beneficial effects. It means, well, not all, but rather the ones that decrease damage, which the most important one is of course Naraka, which has a 99% damage reduction. So 900% multiplier plus additional 1% per target's HP. She does pretty decent damage, and the cooldown being super low compared to most damage skills of this caliber makes her an amazing DPS unit. And her ultimate, Storm caused by Sword Energy, deals damage based on the target's current HP to the enemies within the area 3 times. This attack ignores effects that decrease damage taken. So yeah, the same skill, just a little bit higher multiplier. So yeah, this unit is amazing, and if you plan on buying the Summoner Pass, this is definitely the chance to do it, as I think out of the all 3 units that were featured in the Summoner Pass, being the Fire Valkyrie, Annual, what's it called, the Water Occult Girl, and her, I think she is by far the best unit so far. And yeah, Arena Pass Season 3, so of course, just like with any season reset, we're getting all of the passes reset as well. So Arena Pass, same timing as the Summoner Pass. You will be getting some decent rewards here, so Devil Mons, Rainbow Mons, probably nothing too much different from the current Arena Pass, so you can sort of refer your rewards to that. And now one part I do not like about this update is that, similar to the Shadow, what is called, the Foggy Prison, White Shadow Castle getting changed to 3 times a day, 3 times a week, rather once a day. So this means that you will be getting only 3 entries rather than 7 per week, which kind of guts the entry limit a lot. And we'll see on how many rewards you are getting per week for each drop. They do promise to drop guaranteed 2-star awakening equipment, like the legendary tier. However, this will have a lot of impact on the token drop, so the little tokens you get after a run. If they do get decreased, it will be a huge hit to the ability to acquire your weapons, since these tokens do buy pretty strong gear, and losing out on those will be a huge hit to a lot of progress. So, like, yeah, you can drop 2-star gear, but the main selling point of the dungeon is actually buying the 4-star awakened gear from here, and later evolving it into equipment through the profession menu here. So this is like the main part where you get your 6-star weapons, and being able to buy this, you simply save up on a lot of the rewards you need from the dungeon. So the crafting materials are not the problem. The main problem are these specific raid drops. So some of them drop from the Foggy Prison, some of them drop from Mythos. So yeah, just losing out on that ability to buy more 4-star weekend weapons, you are potentially looking at, for weapons, you will need 8 additional Vita Tau horns and looks like 5 Mythos lights. So you will be able to craft way less. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this change, but we'll see how it plays out. Brawl Arena, it looks like the entry times are being changed, and now you are able to enter for 3 hours rather than 2. And yeah, it looks like they might overlap a bit with Battlefield. So I'm not sure how much that will impact it, but as this mode only requires 2 people, I think they are fine with increasing the entry times, as it should not cause too many issues with inability to match people. And the run criteria are being changed. In most cases, these are not affected a lot in the current state of things, at least. So what they're referring to is the rating required here. So now it has been changed to 2000. I think it might have been done mainly because the top people here were not reaching 2500 by the end of the week, but now they will be. So this was mostly aimed at the higher tier people, and everyone who was in somewhere in the gold ballpark of gold ranks were not too affected by this. Alright, and the quest, the required number of monsters for the repeat quest will be adjusted. Oh yeah, so this is an awesome quality of life change, and you actually only need 30 monsters for the last Kurangma repeat quests. So previously you needed 60 of any unit kills that you selected for a quest. Now you only need 3, so 30. So as you can see, I started the repeat quest at the start of the video and already on the 15th one, so they're flying through very fast. It looks like a lot of the quality of life changes in this update are actually targeted at reducing the overall playtime a little bit and allowing more leniency on the playtime. So changing daily entries to weekly entries or lowering the amount of monsters you need. And there will be a little more changes similar to that. Looks like they're allowing people to play the game at their own pace a little bit more, rather than making sure that you participate in them daily. So yeah, dress modifications. You will be getting 2 new original, what they're called, transmogrifications that bring you back to your original form. So I know that if you have a Har, you are able to transform him into the original form, and the same with Sky Dancers, which I currently don't have evolved, but basically once you evolve to this, you will be able to change back to her original form as well. And I think there were 2 new transmogrifications, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so there is a Desert Queen that has been added to the shop. Let's see where we can find it. Transmogrification, yeah. So there is a new Desert Queen transmogrification for all 5 elements, and you can see it here. I'll put it at the angle everyone likes, right here. Alright, so yeah, decent looking transmogs. I'll actually, while at it, I'll quickly review the packages that came out for people who want to purchase them. So Lucky Hammer package, this will have to do with events, which I'll review real quickly. So just our standard event packages, some event items and some miscellaneous items. Beetle Knight special package, so for summoning one of your choosing. I wonder if these were here. This looks like you can... Wow, wait, is this a new pack? So you get 3000 crystals, you can get 10 pieces, that's a bit low. Oh, okay. You can choose a box that you prefer. Interesting, interesting. We'll say I want a cobalt, right? And you can get an extra item. I'd say from these 3, Skystones have the most value, followed by gold. Definitely don't choose Breath of Life, that's an insanely low amount. So yeah, if you were to craft a pack, it would be something similar to that. I'm not liking the 10 amount, as you're not even getting a full monster. But yeah, overall, I don't think this pack is worth it, but that's completely up to you. And if you feel like it's a decent one, go for it. Some new packages here. Mystical package, so 50 mystical scrolls. Another new one, 150 mystical scrolls. Over 1 million gold, okay. Any new packs here? Nope. And what else? I don't think there were any new packs apart from that. Yeah. Okay, so transmogrification is there. 12th Ascension has been reset, of course, so you can do it once again. And there is a little TOA quest where you can get a little bit of reward. There's nothing special, so definitely don't focus on them too much. Just a few essences and the mystical scroll pretty much. The new monster, so the 5-star Beetle Knights, of course. I will not be reviewing her skills here as I already did it in the previous update notice, so you can check that out, or you can actually check them out in game as their info is already there. Yeah, so it's just all of the scalings in here. Balancing changes, we also reviewed those already. This one goes a little bit more into detail, so I won't go over them too much, but if you want to check out the exact scalings, you can actually do it in game already. I will stop at the more controversial changes that were the summoner balancing, and we'll review those. So yeah, the monsters we've already looked at. Yeah, and the summoners. Now this is what people were a little bit more worried about, especially stuff like Cleave being nerfed to the ground, so we'll see how that worked out. Kina, the cost HP increases. It says adjustments. I'm not sure whether this includes the original part, as I'm not a Kina or Orbia player, so I'm not sure about the exact skills that were there. Recovery, invincibility, allies target. Yeah, so it looks like Kina is getting a little bit nerfed. The fire weapon, attack speed. So this is the water one, I think. Area of effect increase. Does that mean range? Does that mean that like a higher range for all? Big wave. Yeah, some looks like some healing nerfs for Kina overall. Yeah, looks like all of the elements are getting some heals nerfed. Yeah, I'm gonna jump right into Cleave as it's the most talked about topic. So first of all, Tenacity Keeper. So that's his Endure activation. So it was changed from 30% HP to at the moment of death. And Endure looks like it has been nerfed from 15 seconds to 10 seconds at max skill. And you will need to get, I believe it was one of these, which one was it? Yeah, this one. This is Tenacity Keeper, so you will need to max this out, and I do recommend maxing it out quickly as it's a pretty important skill. So it looks like it has been nerfed from 15 seconds to 10. It does have a lower cooldown, but I don't think it will matter a lot, as in most cases you will not be able to survive the 2 minutes required. Oh, actually, wait, it's actually a nerf. Oh, I misread that. So at max it was 90 seconds, now it's going to change to 120. So yeah, in either case you were not surviving that in most cases, so it shouldn't matter. Protection shield decreases damage taken from bosses by 20%, monsters by 10%, increases mana by 1 with 10% chance upon receiving attack. Was that there in the first place? Because I'm not quite sure what changed here, as it doesn't really say it. Because I know this part was, well, rather, yeah, these two have definitely been in the previous skill already. I'm not too sure if the mana change was there, so that's hard to say. Confrontation passes increases damage dealt to provoked enemies deleted, decrease damage taken from provoked enemies. This is good, as Cleave was never meant to be a good damage dealer, so getting a little bit more sustain from bosses is definitely useful. Lava attack, so looks like the fire skill is getting a tiny bit more damage. Double attack, all attributes switch attack and defense coefficients. So I'm guessing that just means the scaling is going from double attack, so the second skill. Yeah, the scaling got changed from attack to defense mode. or rather not changed, but switched numbers. So previously it was 89.9 and 59.9, and it looks like they switched places, so he has more defense scaling. Fire shield, attack up level 1 to itself. I don't think this will matter a lot, but it's a nice buff. Light speed, increased damage to provoked enemies. So light one is getting a little bit of a nerf, and of course the big change to cleave is that the dark one no longer has endure. So no, you can no longer have permanent endure with the dark cleave, and I think this is a good change, as previously if you did not have a stripper of any sort, it was almost impossible to remove that shield and he would beat you eventually. So yeah, now he has crit resistance up. I don't think this will matter a lot either. However, it could be decent in the battlefield. We'll see how that plays out as well. And some Orbia changes. Once again, I do not play Orbia, so I'm not sure if a lot of these are good or bad. So I will keep it here for a few seconds. You can pause and read through them. I won't go into too much detail, as I do want to jump into the game as well still. And some improvement changes. So for the battlefield, your assists are getting a little bit more points, and the points required to get rewards are getting lowered for lower rank people. But this will only affect the first two ranks, so guard and combatant 1. I believe the rank 2, or rather combatant 2, starts at 20 kills, so yeah, this will only affect you for probably the first week of gameplay, and after that you are back to the original 500 points that you needed previously. And some battlefield rewards are being adjusted, so overall it looks like there is a little bit of an increase in some cases, at least for the losing team from what I understood. And it will affect the what they call ranking placements a lot more, as you will be getting more sky stones from wins rather than just participating. So wait, let me see. The reward adjustments. Participation means 7,000. Wait, isn't that a lower amount now? I think you were able to get 10,000, right? Just by being on the winning team. I'm trying to remember it now. Yeah, and you got some bonus. Okay, so it looks like you will be getting a bit of a lower skystone amount in participation, but you will be getting a decent chunk increased for having one of the titles, so either being top 3 or having MVP in either gathering or killing. So definitely more incentive to play to win rather than play to just go for kills. However, I'm still not too happy about the change, and I still stand by the point I made in the previous Battlefield, what's it called, Why Battlefield Sucks video, and this definitely won't eradicate the problem. So I think additional change will be needed, but this is a good step to making sure people actually play for the win and to play for the contribution rather than just kills. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I think overall these are a little bit lower skystone levels, so we'll see how that works. It's hard to remember the exact skystones you get, as usually you just skim through them real quick and close the screen, so we'll see. Kairos increased the secret dungeon reward. Before you could get 30 breath of life, now you get 40, and it looks like you get one monster piece for the support. So that's pretty good, I'd say. It gives you the ability to acquire monsters a little easier. Retry period for secret dungeon will be changed to 24 hours. That's a welcome change. 32 hours just made no sense, since if you open one in the evening, it would reset at like midnight and you would have trouble opening until the morning. It just made no sense. Now you can just open them at the same time pretty much every day. Secret energy can be purchased from the Ascension shop. I'll actually jump to see that real quick. Okay, so you can get 200. Whoa, 200 secret energy. Wait. Am I misunderstanding this? Does one energy cost 500? Oh wow! So to open one secret dungeon, you need 50. Okay, yeah, don't buy this. This is a horrible value. Go for the white stallion. Always go for the monk pieces and go for the equipment instead. Definitely don't buy this, as this is horrible value. I don't know what they were thinking with this price, but yeah, definitely don't use that, because that's just a waste of that tier way currency. You will need a lot of it for ascension upgrades and all the outfits, stuff like that. Special expedition, the number of special expedition will be dropped to 20 and the rewards will be increased. So still not sure how much increased and whether they will be somewhat equal. And this is a big change which I didn't expect actually. So the boss is no longer Reich correctly and it's now Wind Arachne. That changes quite a bit, and I'm actually curious to see the requirements needed. Oh wow, they reset it. I'm actually gonna do one battle. Yeah, I'm gonna do one battle and I will check at level 2 what the requirements are for Wind Arachne, as I'm quite interested in how much the meta will change for that. Okay, so the arena, the daily available tries 100 times for challenge arena will be displayed. Oh yeah, they're adding a daily limit of 100 entries to the arena. For most people, this was not too important, but it's mostly affecting people who rush, I think. So whether this affects you or not, it's hard to say, but it didn't affect me, so definitely not a huge nerf on that part. The buff strength for the defense team in Challenge Arena will be reduced. I'm definitely excited to see this, as previously we did have a nerf to the offensive arena teams, where defense team did get a certain buffs when you enter the battle, and curious to see how that plays out now, as I definitely felt that arena battles are way harder now compared to previously. The max number of challenge arena tickets, so yeah, just increasing the limits, so you could miss out on doing some tickets and still not lose them. So as you can see, did I finish the battle? Yeah. Okay, so the level 1 goal reward was 1,400, looks like. So the gold rewards were somewhat tripled, it seems. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so just quickly check the entries. You need a fire warrior monster and not using any wind monsters. So for fire warrior, what do we have? I do have him built, but he wasn't built for this dungeon. I'm honestly not seeing too many great options here. I think he was a decent unit, as he does max HP damage and attack speed down. So he could be the option, and the rest of the unit, I think Karambit will be a really great option here. What else? What else could you put here? Muchiwa? I'm thinking something like this could be a decent nuke team for the dungeon, but I'll have to play out with it a bit. I'll just add it for the lols, and I'll do these. We'll see how it works out. No, wait, you need this guy. Just want to see what happens, honestly. And yeah, back to the patch. The same thing is being done with the live arena brawl, or brawl arena as we call it, from 5 to 220. And account improves so that the max number of Rahil orders are the same thing with Rahil. So instead of 55 or 60 was it, you can now stack up to 100, so you can miss a day or two and still get the 20 daily Rahils from there. And a lot of additional changes, which I don't think I'll cover, as it has a lot to do with graphics and stuff like minor cost changes. Now this is a big one, however I was a little disappointed with the amount of the rewards you can get from here. It looks like you will be getting multiple mermaids again. However, after calculating the costs compared to events like the Wind Ifrit or the Bastet that we had, you are definitely getting less entries. Previously, I think you needed like 15 or 10 Path of Growth entries to get one of these open, and now you need way more. So not too excited about it. But yeah, after the run, I'll jump into the rewards as well. So the event will be available for 2 weeks starting today, and yeah, you will be able to get the Fire Mermaid. I'll review the exact event requirements and skills in just a second. Yeah, so let's jump into that. Looks like the team did win in 20 seconds, so at least I have a safe level 2 team. Alright, so the event. Yeah, the New Year's Mermaid. So you can get multiple mermaids, and the rest of the rewards are pretty similar to the Bastet one. I think the amounts of stuff like Breath of Life and crystals was nerfed a tiny bit, but it's not an issue, as the main thing you are going here for is the mermaid. And you do need 50 cookies to open one. That means, let's see, if we do calculator, 50 times 24, you do need 1200 cookies to clear the board, and the gathering rates are here. So it looks like the main part was the defeat field boss event, so make sure to participate in those, and as one already gets you almost half of the cookie being opened. The repeat requests seem to play a big part as well, so if you do the one cost repeat requests, you will be able to get 20 of these hammers per day for free, and additional 20 for each repeat request reset you do with crystals. Expedition, you are able to do 20, so that's another 30 hammers per day. Essence Dungeon, that's 10 per day. Path of Growth, you are looking at 10 per day as well. Daily requests, that you will be getting like 12 of those, so it's a little more than 20 per day. And playtime reward is of course this one, so that's 7 per day as well, or rather 10 per day for the hammers. So on average you are looking at somewhere around 2 cookies per day. So even if you do not refresh any of the entries, you will be able to get one mermaid at least. But if you are looking to get additional ones, go for it. And the mermaid itself will actually review their skills. From what I've read, she's not too good, as a lot of her skills are very sort of situational and don't match a lot. I'm curious to see the rating. Yeah. With ratings like that, it definitely doesn't feel like the monster itself is strong. But yeah, her skills. So the first attack, just regular damage. Second attack, bunny hearts. Attacks the enemy and removes one beneficial effect, then applies undevivable and unrecoverable. I think she's the only unit that has undevivable in the game so far. But whether that skill will be useful a lot or not, we will have to see. I heard that she is pretty good in Battlefield, especially for that undevivable skill. For 20 seconds, undercover for 20 seconds, so she is able to permanently keep that buff. Grand Life, that covers HP of ally target, decreases the skill cooldown, and applies immunity if the target is a team member. The skill is not affected by other team members' skill cooldown effect. That's a big healing, but it does scale with a target. That means she will be a little squishy. Immunity for 14 seconds, decrease cooldown by 40% on the target. And the ultimate is the same thing as third skill, except that it heals all allies, not just one, and it decreases skill cooldown by 70%. That's almost a full skill refresh, but overall, I'm not a big fan of her kit, at least not for the current content we have. We'll see how that plays out in the future, but yeah, I'm not holding on big hopes for now. And let's jump back into the node. Of course, the Tile of Ascension event, I think I already showed that, but yeah, just for a week you're able to get a few additional, mostly essences. The rest of the worlds are really not that great here. And yeah, it looks like that's it for the patch note. Tomorrow I'll be making sure to cover the Beetle Knight verification, not the verification, the summon it up event, and in my thoughts, which Beetle Knight is the best to summon. And of course, after that, we'll be looking a little bit into the new scenario bosses that came out, especially the ones where you can craft legendary runes, and I'll see. Maybe I'll do a video on somewhat the rates you can expect, whether it's possible to farm it AFK at night or something like that. Just trying to look over the event and give my thoughts on it. And yeah, as for now, I hope you enjoyed and see you in the next one.